Speaker, thank you. I rise today to once again draw our attention to the epidemic of rape and sexual assault in the military. But first, I want to mention the disturbing Government Accounting Office report released last week, which showed that patients and staff have been raped and sexually assaulted in the VA. 284 reports of sexual assault occurred between January 2007 and July 2010. 67 were classified as rape, 185 as inappropriate touching, 13 as forced oral sex, 8 as forceful medical examinations, and 11 others. While this is not as widespread as rape and sexual assault in the military, it is yet another example where government has lacked in protecting the men and women who serve our nation in uniform. One assault is one too many. VA facilities should be the place for aid and comfort, not for abuse. The House Veterans Affairs Committee has held a hearing on this issue just Monday. Congress must make it a priority and hold the VA accountable and ensure that this does not happen again. As I said during my last speech on this issue, I've set up an email account so survivors of rape and sexual assault in the military can tell their stories. The address is stopmilitaryrape@mail.house.gov. Today I want to share the story of Private Jessica Kenyon. Mr. Speaker, I must warn my colleagues that some of the language is raw. Kenyon served the Army from August 2005 until August of 2006. Her allegation is as follows. During training at Fort Eustis, Private Kenyon's teaching sergeant began to harass her. He constantly touched her and made sexual jokes and comments to her. She did not believe it would be effective to report the teaching sergeant because her unit commander was openly misogynist. He was known to say that, quote, "This unit never had any problems until females came into it," unquote. In December 2005, while Private Kenyon was home for the holidays, she was raped by a member of the Army National Guard. At that point, she reported both the sexual harassment by the drill instructor and the rape to an Army sexual assault response coordinator. The Army official advised her to put the rape, quote, "on the back burner," unquote, and focus on the sexual harassment. Private Kenyon then discussed the rape with command, who advised that it would be used against her in promotional reviews if she chose to pursue prosecution. After she reported the harassment and rape, she was ostracized and retaliated against by her fellow soldiers. This retaliation followed her to her next assignment at Camp Humphreys in Korea. When she arrived, the sergeant advised that he had received calls warning him about her. He then made a unit-wide announcement cautioning everyone that they, quote, "should be careful who you talk to because they might report you," unquote. The sergeant and others engaged in ongoing sexual harassment of Private Kenyon. In the spring of 2006, one soldier, a specialist and squad leader, sexually assaulted Private Kenyon. He put his hand under her skirt and a shirt and on her breast and tried to make her touch his penis. She fought him off. Private Kenyon reported the assault to command. The assailant denied the sexual assault and failed a lie detector test as a result. He then recanted his testimony and admitted to the harassment. He was charged with lying on a sworn statement and given only a non-judicial punishment. He was demoted 2 ranks but remained on active duty. The assailant got to keep his job. Private Kenyon got post-traumatic stress disorder. For 16 years, the Congress has been talking about this issue, and there have been 18 hearings and reports, and yet the Department of Defense still testifies that there are 19,000 rapes that occur in the military every year, and we have done nothing about it. I urge survivors to tell their stories by writing to Stop Military Rape at mail.house.gov. I yield back.